What's up everyone, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have this Vivo X60 Pro Plus and this Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. I am using the selfie camera of Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra because I think using that rear camera, this would be unfair. Okay, please check carefully in which video sounds are better, louder, clear. I mean which microphone is working better. Vivo X60 Pro Plus doesn't have stabilization on front camera. I don't know about the global edition, but Chinese ROM doesn't have that stabilization on front camera. That's the first reason that I'm not using Vivo X60 Pro Plus as my daily drive. Anyway, I know you have a lot of expectations about this video and some people will get hurt when they watch through this video, but as I always say, I'm here to share the truth. Okay, today I have Amanda with me.
Hi guys, please like the video.
Yeah, if you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Without your support, this channel can't grow.
Look around, all we can do now is pray.
Yes, let's start differently. To spice things up, I have added iPhone 12 Pro Max along with Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra and Vivo X60 Pro Plus for these night mode photos. If you are a subscriber, then you may already know that when I check night mode photos, I care about DENS, details, exposure, noise and shadows. Truly, iPhone 12 Pro Max with optimized software and Mi 11 Ultra with huge camera sensors does well. I wanted to know how X60 Pro Plus performs beside these. I will let you enjoy the music when you check these photos. What do you think? Which one is Mi 11 Ultra? Okay. Let me tell you that in the middle, that's iPhone 12 Pro Max. In terms of details and sharpness, X60 Pro Plus clearly falls behind. Exposure is on par, but shadows are sometimes crushed. However, noise removing algorithm of X60 Pro Plus is really good. It is very hard to define a winner, but after checking lots of photos side by side, I think Mi 11 Ultra has more details, better exposure, less noise and more shadow details. I would surely go with Mi 11 Ultra over Vivo X60 Pro Plus for night mode photos.
Memories fade away, wither out, but I can't ignore.
In my other camera comparison videos, I have mentioned clearly, it's not all about the lens. Firstly, it's about the sensor. Secondly, optimization and then the lens. Both have 5x periscope lens and both the sensors are sitting on top of OIS. But how can a 8 megapixel sensor beat 48 megapixel Sony IMX586? Yes, Vivo X60 Pro Plus has better aperture and that's why it's brighter, but nothing other than that brightness is better on any zoom photos. I am talking about 5x to 25x zoom photos. Autofocus is a bit clumsy on that periscope lens on Vivo X60 Pro Plus. Also, failure to remove noise and grains, less details and mediocre texture processing makes things awful. No, you would never notice it unless you are comparing it with a better solution. Mi 11 Ultra beats Vivo X60 Pro Plus in almost all the lighting condition when it's about zoom photos. There are more details. Yes, sometimes aggressive noise removal gives it a soft look, but it's still sharper with more shadows and well-processed textures.
I've lived through what I have seen pain.
Yes, both got 48 megapixel sensor for ultra-wide shots and they fought neck and neck. Other than white balance and color rendition, things are really pretty similar. I would say a lot depends on personal preferences. I care about photos which are true to life and Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra produced photos that is close to reality. However, I cannot ignore that Vivo X60 Pro Plus grabbed more details in some photos, and with micro gimbal stabilization, taking ultra-wide photos with X60 Pro Plus is easier than Mi 11 Ultra.
Memories fade away, wither out, but I can't ignore the ache.
Regular photography is the most important thing for almost all the average users. People open smartphone camera application and start taking photos. Yes, both of these two smartphones have Pro mode where you can change settings, select different options and take a shot which provides a perfect photo of your choice. But it is true that average users usually take photos in auto mode. I have taken all these images in auto mode with auto HDR on. However, AI and scene detection was disabled cause Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra sometimes overprocess photos when AI is enabled. The moment you check these photos side by side, you'd notice three main differences or issues: white balance, saturation and texture processing. Mi 11 Ultra has maintained cool color temperature. True to life skin tone color rendition is also close to reality. On the other hand, Vivo X60 Pro Plus reproduced images with a bit warm tone and a bit higher mid-tone. Highlights and shadows are almost similar, but Mi 11 Ultra is edge ahead. Texture processing on Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra is really better than Vivo X60 Pro Plus. Dynamic range is a bit confusing. Truly, Mi 11 Ultra dynamic range is not as good as it should be, and sometimes Vivo X60 Pro Plus really processed photos with better dynamic range. The most important part for me is details and shadows, cause after you take a photo, if you want to edit, you cannot add details. In terms of details, Mi 11 Ultra is well ahead. It even processed more textures. Finally, I'm really not very happy about the choice Vivo made. Why would they add gimbal stabilization on that ultra-wide lens? It would be better and more useful on the main sensor. I have checked a few times, truly. A few different clips, and truly 4K 60 frames per second videos are really similar. There are some differences as usual, like exposure, dynamic range and details actually jumps back and forth, but those tiny details doesn't make a big difference. Sometimes these are better on Mi 11 Ultra and sometimes better on X60 Pro Plus. I will leave these to you. You decide which one is better. I feel I would go with Vivo X60 Pro Plus for more shadow details. Both offers nice and crisp video at 4K, but once again, if you care about dynamic range, then there is a difference between these two. These are video clips recorded at night in a low light environment, and truly, no words necessary. Mi 11 Ultra night mode video performance is even better than iPhone 12 Pro Max. Yes, if you haven't watched my Mi 11 Ultra versus iPhone 12 Pro Max comparison, then you should watch that. Yeah, there is no way Vivo X60 Pro Plus can keep up with Mi 11 Ultra, but after checking a 20-minute long video footage, I must say I'm amazed. Vivo X60 Pro Plus did quite well, but that is not enough to compete with Mi 11 Ultra. Time for portrait photos, and this is another segment where Vivo X60 Pro Plus should do better. It comes with a 32 megapixel sensor tagged with a 50mm lens, and this is dedicated to portrait photos. On the other hand, Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra depends on its main sensor, and that is pretty generic. Other than better color rendition, shadows and midtones, things are definitely similar. I always mention this in all of my camera comparison videos. And once again, a lot depends on personal preference. This will be a preference thing for sure. It depends on what you prefer. Like Amanda, the model in these pictures, feels she looks better in the images grabbed by Vivo X60 Pro Plus, but I cannot agree that's the right choice. After checking a lot of portrait photos taken by these two smartphones, it is clear that there is a difference in white balance and tonal contrast. I'm not surprised to see sometimes Mi 11 Ultra slightly saturated the colors and there is a warm tone, but I'm surprised to see how Mi 11 Ultra rendered colors and tonal contrast is really far more close to reality. As a result, this made skin tone and the background look a bit attractive. Edge detection, edge cutouts and separation line blend performance randomly jumps back and forth, but performance of Mi 11 Ultra, yeah, it's better.
I've lived through what I have lived, seen pain you can't imagine. These days you take for granted.
Time for selfie portraits, and as usual, these are taken with the front camera of Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. Yes, once again, Mi 11 Ultra wins a battle. I am happy to see Mi 11 Ultra has better edge detection, edge cutouts, and subject is processed with more details. A few days ago, when we did the comparison between iPhone 12 Pro Max and Mi 11 Ultra, iPhone 12 Pro Max won by a mile. Now you know how worse X60 Pro Plus selfie camera is. Selfie photos of both of these two smartphones are similar to those portrait photos in bright light condition. It's just like with and without that blurry bokeh. But once we move to indoor or low light condition, performance of Mi 11 Ultra drops heavily. It's not like Vivo X60 Pro Plus performs better in low light. Actually, Mi 11 Ultra in dark condition, overprocessed, and sometimes exposure is not that correct. I haven't talked a single word about Zeiss lens on Vivo X60 Pro Plus through this video, cause I have not seen any significant impact, but in these video clips you can see there are some differences. My question is that good enough to brag about? Can this type of tiny little difference make any huge impact? If I forgot to mention, then this video was recorded at 1080p 30 frames per second. Okay, it's time to wrap up. I will wait for your comments. Which one is your winner? One request, if you found this video helpful, if you like this type of camera comparison videos, if you prefer true content, then please don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to this channel.